Hi, everyone. Hey, we'll get everybody a chance to catch up and find me today. Okay. I may need my reading glasses today to see. So today we're going, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Lisa Jo Davis with Healing Light with Lisa Jo, and every Saturday my show Healing Light Activations with Lisa Jo is on Aligned World Network. So it's a great way to start your weekend off by coming and visiting with me. If you don't have time today, it will be up on the replay. It'll be recorded and you can watch at your own convenience. Today and every first Saturday of the month, I will be doing, I got a note here. Okay. The first Saturday of every month, I will be pulling cards. And I have a system that I've started, and I do think it's fair for everyone that is here, is to set up some ground rules. So basically, it's first come, first serve. And then let me put this on another place. It's first come, first serve. So all you need to do is come in, tell me that you want a card. I'll write your name down, and then I'll go in through the list and I will call out your name before I pull a card for you. You need to let me know that you're still within the session, that you're still watching, and then I will pull the card for you. If I get to your name and you don't respond, I will go on to the next person. And at the end, I will call out names again of those who may not have heard me or, um, left and came back. So you do need to be present to get your card read. That's really basically the only rule. And I also don't want to know what your question is. So when I call your name, you're going to think about your question. And if you don't have the question, then it's just going to be general advice. Sometimes uh, my clients or people who are watching me have a question, but the card doesn't really address what their question is. In those cases, Spirit has actually guided me to give you a different message. And it may be a message that you need to hear, not the one that you're asking a reply for. So I'm excited today to see everybody here. And I will be looking at actually three different areas to see if anybody is responding. So I see Rosemary. So I'm going to write your name down first, Rosemary. And I have Sylvie, if I can spell it right. And I wrote down Claire. So hello, everybody. Let me check this other spot. Um, Robin, I will write your name down. Okay, and yes, thank you for putting down where you're from. I always like to hear that you're where you're from, so that's always a plus. Um, okay, so remember, no questions. I'm just you think about your question in your mind when I call, and then we will go from there. I have a little bit of hopefully I'm still moving around. I see a frozen one. So hopefully that will kind of work its way out. So let's get started. So I do have five people. First, Rosemary and Sylvie, Claire, and then Robin. And I will check back to add on more names as you guys come through. Um, so everybody that's here right now, you're going to be getting a card. So go ahead and kind of take a deep breath and exhale through your mouth, inhale through your nose, just to kind of get you in a calmer state. Okay, so we're going to get started. Rosemary, you're first. Um, so let me take a moment and connect to everyone that's going to be here today. I will say one thing, additional thing is sometimes you will hear a card or somebody else's reading, but it seems to really resonate with you. Take it as an extra message. Sometimes when we are listening, we also will hear an answer to our own concerns. So if that happens, that's perfect. That's just another message. And when we do your card, we will pull your card out separate. So Rosemary, I see that you're still here. Um, and let's see. Okay, Pam, you're there too. So Rosemary, let's start with you, and then Sylvie, and then Claire. Okay, so I'm very excited, Rosemary. Let's pull out a card. Today I'm using it's Kyle Gray's Angelic Activations Oracle. So I also do angelic activations. It's different from what these cards are. So turn off all these other distractions and shuffle the card. Hey, Rosemary, here we go for you. Hey, I pulled the Water Guardian. So here's the card. Let me go somewhere else because I'm frozen. So hopefully you can see this card. The Water Guardian. Let your emotions flow. There are a lot of feelings within you, and it's time to let them out. Your emotions are powerful messengers that allow you to express the tender, more vulnerable parts of yourself. Don't fight against this for revealing this nature part of yourself. You are also revealing the beauty and the gifts and allowing others to witness the most authentic part of you. So your affirmation that you want to say is Water Guardian, I trust my emotions and I let them flow with ease. So this is a new deck for me, so I'm still learning them, but they're really nice deck, and they have they do have a little description on the back. So I'm still learning these, but I hope that that message makes sense to you. Um, nice card to get. Okay. Okay, Sylvie, you're next, and then Claire and Robin and Pam. Let me check and see if anybody else has come forward. And Diana, I'll write your name down as well. Okay. Okay. Diana Lily, I better put your last name, your name down. Okay. Oh, thank you. Happy 2025. That's such an odd number. It's like I remember in the 1990s and they were talking about 2025, and I'm like, that's so far away, but now we're here. Time really flies by after you turn 21. Let me cross Rosemary off. Sylvie, I'm going to pull a card for you. You said that you just want a general card. That's great. Claire's next, and I just need to know Robin, Pam, and Diana, you're up next. So this card is for Sylvie. And another, it's an air guardian this time. Take time to breathe, slow down and breathe. Take time to reflect before proceeding further. You are allowing your past experiences to influence your current behaviors. And there is another way forward. You are being reminded to stay in your high vibrational, in your actions and in your choices. Refrain from reacting, for this will only delay your progress and healing. Love is the way. And your affirmation would be, I breathe with ease, knowing angels are with me. And what kind of things can you do to be high vibrational? Do things that make you happy, right? Turn on the music, dance around, watch something that is funny, laugh and, watch a comedy or gather with your friends. Those are really the fastest ways to kind of get your vibrations upbeat, is doing things that you really enjoy doing and it brings you a lot of happiness. Maybe it's thinking about memories of your children or even grandchildren. So I hope that makes sense to you. Claire, you're next. Lorraine, I will write you down. Um, Diane, I have you there, and I just want I want to make sure I don't miss anybody because these names can go flying by really fast. So I don't see a lot here. So I'm going to um, take some of all these tabs up here. Okay, so we're doing good. Let me go back here. Okay, Claire, you're next. Think about your question and let me connect to you. I need you to take a breath in and release. I feel a lot of tension up around your heart space. So just take a breath and release as I pull your card out for you. Universal energies. Oh, what a beautiful card. I always I always like looking at the card. Like I said, it's a new deck for me, so I'm still learning it. So, universal energies. You are ascending. You are flying high, rising up. Stay focused on your mission and know that the universe and angels are supporting you every step of the way. This is part of your ascension process. In order to fully integrate as both soul and human, it's essential for you to face any challenges or mend any relationships you have been putting off dealing with. By stepping forward and facing the complications of your earthly life, you let your soul grow and ascend. I know this makes sense to you. I know your situation. So I hope you understand this. And if not, we'll talk later. Your affirmation is, I support myself in the process of ascension. So it's just really important to know that what you're going through is something you have to go through. You may be faced with challenges that you just kind of want to avoid, but there's ways of talking to other people, asking Archangel Gabriel to come in forward to help you with your words, praying to Jesus or Yeshua. It's the same person. Mother Mary, Creator, your guardian angels, your spiritual team, and ask them to help support you. If you find a conversation is going to be difficult to have, imagine holding a pink ball of energy, right? And you just bring it up and you build it up, this pink light. Pink is love. Green is for healing. So if you have something that requires both of them, you would have a pink ball with green swirls or green with pink swirls, and you just make the intention of it going to that person's home, to that person's car or vehicle, or even to your own home if you're expecting a person to come by, or if you are expecting to go somewhere and you want that loving energy there before you go, just go ahead and, make the intention. And wherever you send that intention of this pink and green light, it's going to go. Ask Archangel Gabriel to help you with your words for your conversation. So I hope that makes sense to you. Robin, you're up next. So I would imagine you're still here. Um, the deck, again, let me make sure there's no new names here. Okay, thank you, Robin. Let me see. Okay, so this is called Angelic Activations Oracle Cards by Kyle Gray. He's one of my favorite spiritual people, right? He really has some good books out there, and I love his cards, and I can really connect with them. Um, so if it's something that you're interested, go ahead and get a deck for yourself. I mean, I would encourage it. It's all good. Okay, so Claire understands her message. Great. And I see Robin's here. Robin, go ahead and take a deep breath and exhale, centering in your heart. Okay, much better. Thank you. So we're going to go ahead and you can either think of your question or get a question or just pull a card for a general advice. Jeremiah, call back your power. Forgiveness is about no longer allowing someone or something to affect your state of happiness. It doesn't mean you have to forget the past or avoid a situation entirely. Right now, you are being encouraged to take your power, your light, your capabilities to make a decision back into your own hands. By taking back what is yours, you also command respect from those that are around you. And your affirmation would be, I forgive the past and I give myself the respect I deserve. So if you don't have self-respect, how do you expect other people to treat you that way? So if you have this situation that's kind of got out of control, it's whether you've made mistakes or you haven't made mistakes. If you've made a mistake, be big enough to own up to it, whether you tell somebody else or not, or you ask forgiveness for yourself. We all make mistakes. No one that lives on earth is perfect. We're all humans, so we have human reactions, we have human emotions, but sometimes we allow other people to take control of our emotions and manipulate things in a way that would work for them. I'm not saying that that's your case, but for anyone else who's listening, if you feel like you're just kind of getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it's time to speak up and use your words, have confidence that what you're going to say will be taken seriously. Oh, there's a whole bunch of other people. Okay. So Pam, you're next. Pam, Diana, L, and Lorraine. And let me write these other people down. And Christy. Let's see. Oh, a whole bunch of people. Jessica and Christy and Prashida. I probably just hacked up your name. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm not really good at this, pronouncing names, but I try. And if I hack it up, I sincerely apologize. So it's not meant to be disrespectful because we have people that live all around the world, and I do have people with names that I'm not familiar with, but may be very popular in their country. Um, oh, thank you. Chrissy, you're always so kind. Thank you. So, Pam, my dear friend, let's see what the cards have for you. Go ahead and take another. Um, Jessica, we will have time to get you a card in, dear. Okay, let me go back here. Oh, she's from India. No wonder. It's probably a very popular name there. And Presh, hi. So we're going to do that one too. Okay, I got a lot of people. So Pam, Diana, and Lorraine S. These are the next three. Um, and I did see that you guys were still here. And as I get closer, I'll go ahead and call out three other names to make sure everybody's still here. Pam, I'm going to connect to you now. Seraphim, divine compassion. All the good you have done is blessing. Okay, let me start all over. All the good you have done is blessing your pathway. When you do good, take loving action and share without hesitation, you build a powerful energy field that will protect and guide you on your way. All the generosity and kindness you have shared in your life is now coming back in miracle, miraculous wave of light to lead you towards your next phase. This is the law of divine compensation, and your affirmation is my own goodness attracts good things, opportunities, and experiences. And I know last year was really rough on you. But I do feel like this is a very, very good card to receive in your position. So I hope that this is a good omen for you coming into the new year, right? Okay. Diana L., you're next. Lorraine S. is after you. Hey, Diana. Diana L. And Pam, I sure hope that song, I hope that that makes sense to you. Okay, Diana, thank you for letting me know that you're here. So your card is Faith. Oh, she's so pretty. Look at her. I don't know if you can see her well enough. The cloak of protection. Who doesn't want that, right? You are protected. The worst is behind you. What a relief. And you are ready to move beyond the challenges that you have been facing. That sounds like a celebration to me. Um, you are safe now. Let go of the old and stop waiting for history to repeat itself. For you are in a new time in which you can create your own story and begin living it. If you feel you are stepping into the unknown, know that your angel is holding your hand and leading you on. You're never alone, my dear, never. What is your affirmation? It is, I am safe and protected by angels. Good. I'm glad that your card made sense to you, Pam. Okay, Diana, I hope that card speaks to you and that you understand what it's saying. So Lorraine, you're next. So again, forgive me if I pronounce your name right or wrong. No, let me rephrase that. Please forgive me if I hack up your name. So Prachita, you're after Lorraine, and then Christy and Jessica M. Those are the next three. So just let me know that you are here. Charles, I do have your name wrote down as well. Let me check them. Seems like I'm missing some people. Okay. All righty. So Lorraine, here we go. Take a deep breath in. If you have a question, think about it. Okay, Jessica, I understand. Yes, please, everybody. Jessica just heard a car accident right outside of her yoga studio. So she's asking for prayers and blessings to those people who were in the car accident. So very thank you for letting us know. And as a group, we all can gather together and send out um, some blessings for those people. Okay, great. Lorraine, here's your card. Earth Guardian. He's a handsome man, isn't he? So Earth Guardian, learning in the happening. You may be telling yourself that everything happens for a reason, but this might not be helping you heal from the pain a particular situation has caused you. It's important to know that there isn't a divine plan to teach you a lesson. It's more that life experiences unfold based on your decisions in order for you to learn from every moment. Today, you are being encouraged to find the reason behind what's happening now, and the reason is you. Your affirmation would be, I am open to expanding my knowledge and learning. I hope that card makes sense to you. Okay, Prachita, you're up next. I saw that you're still here. And Diana said, yes, it does resonate with her. And she had very challenging year last year. And she always felt loved and protected with her angels. Beautiful. So much positive cards that support her in 2025 to thrive and release her word. Oh, January cards seem to authenticate her intentions. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Jacqueline, I will write your name down, and you're from New Zealand. Nice. Okay. Yes, okay. Prashita. Prakchita? I'm so sorry. I hope you can laugh at me. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at myself because you could get a higher vibration just watching me mess up everybody's names. Okay, here we go, dear. The Holy Spirit. Miracles are possible. Let's see. Oh, such an uplifting card. The Holy Spirit, miracles are possible. Your ability to experience miracles is down to your capacity to believe that miracles are possible for you. Don't give up hope. A real turnaround is possible now. The light of angels is surrounding you, inviting you to step into the most gracious receiving state possible. Open your heart and expect a miracle solution. You are worthy. Please know it. Your affirmation would be, I am worthy of miracles in all forms. That's so beautiful. Everybody should say that. I am worthy of miracles in all forms because we all are, right? I'm a walking miracle more than once. So, yeah, and I've seen miracles happen in life as well for my children and more than I could probably have time to tell you about. Do not lose your faith, my friends. Keep your faith strong, even in the adversity of pain, sorrow. Um, just know that you're never alone. Okay, Christy, my dear, are you ready? You've been so patiently waiting, and I see all your friends are saying howdy to you as well. So let me see if I can move this up a little bit. Okay. So Christy and Jessica, Michelle is next. Um, And Christy also has coffee and cards with Christy. Personally, I've never had a reading from her, but we belong to a few groups together, and she's an amazing person. So I I wouldn't doubt that her cards reading are also really well done too. Um, okay. You love your affirmation. I'm so happy. I'm so happy for you. Oh, this one just wants to pop out. You got two, my dear. How lucky are you? Those just popped out. Okay. Okay. So this one is Gabriel and this one is Uriel. So we're going to do the Gabriel card for you. And for those who aren't familiar with how oracle cards are, if you have cards that literally fall out of the deck or as you're shuffling, they pop up, and there's more than one, all of those cards are meant for you. Um, so the first card is Gabriel, heal the child within. There are parts of yourself you had to abandon in your early years in order to survive, but now it's essential to reclaim all those parts in order to thrive. The child within you requires some tender, loving care at this time, so let them come to the surface and express all the needs to be shared. Hold them with compassion and give them radical healing, understanding, and love. And so Gabriel's affirmation would be, I let healing and light reach all parts of myself. Um, so sometimes all children don't always have really good lives. Some children, are made to grow up faster than what they should. Maybe both parents work and you're the oldest and you had to, look after others. And I don't need to go out into more. There's a lot of other things that can happen in people's lives as children. But when that happens, sometimes you miss out on that child part of you, right? Because you were either made to grow up faster or kind of abandon your childhood. So it's really important to intermingling those two together. So is bringing back the little Christy back into your own body so you become one. Until that's done, you may see her on the sidelines, right? You may kind of have a little inclination to know that the other part of you is there. As you work on healing that part of you as a child, you will gradually um, merged together. So some of the things that you could do to help bring that child back into your fold is doing things that she wasn't allowed to do. Maybe when no one's there and your kids aren't around, go jump on that bed. Go have some fun. Go to the park and go swinging. Do some things that just make you have a childlike attitude. Makes you, I think you kind of get what I'm trying to say. So the second card that came out for you was Uriel. It's going to be okay. No matter what's happening, it's going to be okay. Everything is working out for you. The angels of light are shining upon you, your situation, and anyone involved. If you are feeling overwhelmed or anxious, know this is a reminder of how much you care about things turning out well. And they will turn out well. And your affirmation is this: thank you, Uriel, for helping me trust the process. I really feel like those two cards that you were given are linked together. So if you pushed your childhood away because of things that you had to do, or you were just guided to do other things and be a child, then know that as you're going through this process, you are supported and you're going to be okay. It's all going to work out. You're going to merge together with your little Christy, and you will be whole again. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, Christy. Jessica M., you are next. And then I have, again, please forgive me, Naketa, Naketa, you're next. And then Presh, and then Vita. So if the three of you could let me know that you're here. I see Jessica is still here. I'm gonna put this up. Okay. All right. Okay. So Christy says that yes, child play is very important, and she recognizes Uriel and calls him in daily. So yeah. Okay, thank you, Vita, for letting me know that you're here. So Jessica, we're going to pull a card for you, dear. Or on visions of the future. Your life and future are in your hands. You are a powerful manifester with the ability to call in and create the life of your dreams. What you focus on with unwavering faith is what you will experience. Focus your energies not only on what you want, but on feeling the way you want to feel. For the feelings are what will bring you the safety and connection to your desire. So your affirmation is, I am the visionary of my future. And what I will say about when you want to manifest, it's all great, but really the secret to manifestation is timing and not just sitting back and waiting for things to happen. You kind of have to be a little proactive, not pushing things, but a little proactive on manifestation. But it really boils down to, how would you feel if you manifested a new job, for example, or a new car? How would you feel? It's the feeling of having that maybe paid off, a brand new car paid off in full. We'll just use that as an example. So how would that make you feel? Would that make you feel happy? Would that feel elated? And you kind of have to file that feeling away. I call it the file cabinet in the mind. It's something that you would file and remember. So once you have that feeling, that's a memory that you want to keep. So when you're manifesting, you can think, oh gosh, how would I feel having a car that was paid off How would that make me feel? What could I do with that? So, I could give, my aunt or uncle a ride to the grocery store, because you're sharing your wealth that way as well. By you have been given something. So let's say you got the car, you were able to pay for it in cash, and now that's kind of an asset for you. And you're allowed, it goes good for you when you use your assets to also help other people. Even a simple car ride is helping. So I hope that that makes sense to you. Oh, Jessica, I'm in Texas too. So she has a move in mind, Texas to New York. Thank you so much. You're welcome. And I hope that made sense to you. So, Nakita, please forgive me. It's Naketa. Let me see if are you still here? And then Presh and then Vita. Um, Let me see if, because you guys are on different websites and now this isn't working. So, okay, that looks good. Thank goodness I have a touch screen. I didn't think I'd ever use it, but I tell you, it comes in handy at times. Okay, thank you, Presh, for letting me know. Vita's here. Naketa, Nikita, are you still here? Okay, so I'm going to set you aside for a moment, and I'm going to go ahead and circle your name so that if if I don't see that you're here, does anybody see anything from Nikita? Okay, so hi, Jean. Yes, she's in Texas too. I know you're so far away. Texas is huge. People just don't understand, but you're still in the same state. We really need to get together. Um, so Presh, let's go ahead and get your card and I'll call off Nikita and see if she comes back. So let's do Precious card. Presh. So your card is Universal Energies. You are ascending. You are flying high, rising up. Stay focused on your mission and know that the universe and angels are supporting you every step of the way. This is part of your ascension process. In order to fully integrate as both soul and human, it's essential for you to face any challenges or mend any relationships you have been putting off dealing with by stepping forward and facing the complications of your earthly life. And you let your soul grow and ascend. Your affirmation is I support myself in the process of ascension. Okay. So you're a second person that received that card. I hope that that makes sense. It's just time to merge parts of you together. So lots of challenges. Yeah, it is. Just don't get overwhelmed with all the challenges because it can be very overwhelming. Sometimes the best thing to go through challenges, even when you're spreading yourself too thin, is just work on one thing at a time. And you should see my house. I have lists all in my office here of things that I want to do or, all kinds of lists. And I have too many of them, but it really does feel good when I cross off something on my list. Making lists for me takes it out of my mind. I don't have to sit there and worry whether I'm going to remember it or not. I just turned 64 and, people tend to lose a little bit of their memory as they get older. I pray it doesn't happen for me. I just want to have my full brain working. Actually, my full body working at that point. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, Presh, is Nikita still around? If so, please let me know that you're here. I would love to pull a card for you. But I'm going to move on to Vida. She did tell me she was here. And I did see someone named Charles. So, Charles, if you're still here, let me know. And if somebody, because this is on three different places, so if someone else sees that Charles has spoken up that he's there, please let me know because I would like to pull a card for him as well. So here we go, Vita. And then Jacqueline W. and Cerise or Saraz and Jean are next. So we're going to go to Vita. Oh, brain and body working. Thank you for that confirmation. I needed that. That made me laugh. I'm glad. I'm glad. So glad. Diane says, I'm 71 and my mind and body's working just fine. And I'm like, yay. So what is the new what they used to say the 60s was the 40s. I don't know. I'm just here. I just can't believe. Okay, thank you, Christy. So they're not on this list, so they may be watching on YouTube or one of the other one of the other. Let me look over here. Okay. So Vita, we're going to pull your card and then Charles, if you could answer. Yeah, as you get older, you tend to have more list, right? So you don't forget anything. My memory's good. I have a list. Okay, Vita, we're going to pull a card for you, dear. El Elohim. Like I said, I'm hacking up these names. Elohim. Elohim. Oh, please forgive me. Okay. Yes, Sonia, I will put you on the list for a card. Okay. So karmic debts are paid, Vita. Isn't that nice to know? Release yourself from the pain of guilt. Your debts are paid. Who you were in the past is not who you are today. If you had known then what you know now, you would have made different choices, but you cannot change what has happened. You can only change how you move forward. Release yourself from the past, and your affirmation would be, I take responsibility for my own karma. Um, yeah, sometimes we can be our worst critics, right? Everybody's a critic to themselves. But we can sometimes we're our only cheerleaders. So you have to, cheer yourself on the things that you've done. Everybody in life has made at least one mistake. I know mine are more than I can count on my hands, but it's how you come out of your mistake or your decision, whether it was a wrong decision, you thought it was a right decision at the time. Don't beat yourself up. You made the decision based on what was happening during your time. Um, And like the card says, you can't go back and change it. You can only move forward, hopefully learning a lesson. It's great that you wish that you hadn't made the choices that you made and that you kind of regret it, but don't keep beating yourself up. You're a different person than you were when that decision was made. And it's like I said, it's how you come out of that situation, how you grow after you realize maybe it was a poor decision. So I hope that makes sense to you. And that was Vita. Okay, did anyone find Charles? Let me see. Um, Let me double check here. Okay. So I don't see Charles. So if he happens, anybody that sees his name up, and he said that he's here, let me know and I'll go back and pull him a card. Otherwise, I'm going to move forward. Jacqueline, I believe I saw you answer that you were here. Yes. Okay. So Jacqueline, you're next, and then it's Sharaz, Shiraz, and then Jean and Sonia. So Jacqueline, I'm going to pull a card for you now, dear. I would like you to take a deep breath and exhale. I still feel that nervous energy about you. Okay, that feels better. She looks like one of my friends. Your card is hope. Move with grace. This is a time to learn and adapt. You are being invited to slow down, take your time, and take in the current moment. Stop putting too much pressure and expectations upon yourself as it's taking you away from your natural attention to detail and expression of your creativity. There's no need to rush or force your way ahead. Good things happen when you move with tenderness and care. Your affirmation is, I trust in the ease and flow of life. So we live in a time where everything is kind of instantaneously, right? You go on the computer and you type something in and you have your answer pretty much right there within, a few seconds. A long time ago, before they had mouses and computers were out and things like that, you had to do everything by, control this and X and Y and do these combination with your keyboard keys. And you sat there literally waiting, you put in what you wanted, then you had to wait for it to calculate the answer that you were requesting, and it may take you a whole 5-10 minutes for it to come up on the screen. And yes, I know that's hard to believe compared to what we have today, but the point is all of a sudden I forgot is don't put so much pressure on yourself to have instant results. Sometimes you just need to live in the moment and not keep your mind focused on the future or the past all the time. You need to like just appreciate breathing, appreciate that you have a roof over your head or that you have food. You may not have a lot of food, but you have something to eat. It's those little things that make you appreciate and live in the now moment. Even if it's only like you're washing dishes, I'm sure you would rather be somewhere else than standing in front of the sink doing dishes or putting them in the dishwasher. But it's being in that moment of, wow, I feel blessed that I have water. I feel blessed that I have dish soap or a dishwasher that I can put things in. How lucky am I? It's those little things like that that really help you move ahead. So be grateful for being in the moment and don't put so much pressure on yourself. So I hope that makes sense to you, Jacqueline. Okay, so I've hacked up your name, I think, a few different times, and I'm gonna try it one more time and then I'll spell it. It's Sharaz. It's Shiraz. And please forgive me for hacking up your name. And I know that you're here because I just saw that you said that you were still here. And Mum Mumbali, that's a ways away, isn't it? Well, thank you for being here today. And then Jean, you're next. And then Sonia. Yes, you're here. Thank you for letting me know, dear. Okay, this card was pulled earlier as well. Um, it's called the Air Guardian. He's called the Air Guardian. He represents. Take time to breathe, slow down and breathe. Take time to reflect before proceeding further. You are allowing your past experiences to influence your current behaviors, and there is another way forward. You are being reminded to stay high vibration in your actions and choices. Refrain from reacting, for this will only delay your progress in healing. Love is the way. And your affirmation is, I breathe with ease, knowing angels are with me. That does rhyme. I like that. So we talked about this a little earlier. I don't know if you were watching at the time, but just do things that would make you feel really good and happy. That's what it means, higher vibration. Maybe it's you going into prayer or, some kind of religious type of activities, if that's what makes you um, have a higher vibration and it does, then do that. If you're struggling finding something, you would do something that would make you laugh, make you have happiness. I don't know if you have children or not, but if you did, maybe it's spending time with them doing, because you can live your childhood, with your children at times by remembering, different things. But you want to do things that are going to make you happy and bring up the vibrations of that. And just don't get too bogged up in what am I going to do next? What if this doesn't work out? So you want to kind of keep your mind focused on the better things in life and things that make you happy. So I hope that makes sense to you. So Jacqueline says that she's been pulled in a few different directions, and the card actually does make sense to her. Um, So we're asking that Jacqueline, gets in a better place. So we're all kind of here together. Let's just give a quick blessing out to everybody who showed up here today, that their life is good, that blessings come to them, whether it's in love, if it's family or work, being around people that you like to be around. So the blessings can come in a variety of different ways and in ways that I haven't even thought of. So kind of try to stay that way. And this is for everybody. I actually do send blessings out to everybody every single day who are either my clients or are, students, or even for you people who just show up, for me today. You guys are showing up for me. I'm showing up for you, and you're showing up for me because I need to be here with you today. So, it's just all how you look at things a little differently. Hi, Andrea. I'm going to put your name down. So I hope that card makes sense to you. And Jean, I saw that you're still here, so I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Let me shuffle these up a little bit. Jean's a very lovely lady. We have a lot of mutual friends, and we're in a few of the groups together. But I haven't had the pleasure of meeting her yet, so um, we're both in Texas, so maybe we can meet halfway so, somewhere. She's on one end of Texas, and I'm kind of in the middle. So, okay, Jean, I know I would enjoy meeting you in person. So let's go ahead and pull a card for you. Principalities. I forgive me. She looks like a wise woman, though. Um, principal, principal attitude. I'm so sorry. How about if I flip the card and maybe you can see what the word is I'm trying. It's one of those easy words that is just not rolling off of my tongue very well today. Um, principal ities. Okay, I'm gonna stop beating myself up because I'm just wasting time right now. So spiritual study is essential. You are on a path of great learning. You have already gained so much understanding from your spiritual encounters and experiences. But in order to become the teacher you were born to be, more study is required. Take the time to dive into spiritual books and texts. Study them carefully, for they are here to help you understand fully some of the processes you have experienced naturally. And your affirmation is, I am willing to learn in order to teach. I really do feel like you have wisdom, and I think the wisdom, can come from life's experiences and just being an older person. And it's really great to be able to share some of your experiences that you have to let other people know that they're not alone. So many of us suffer in silence, don't want to bother anybody, don't want them to worry about you, that we stay numb and we don't share sometimes our experiences. It's amazing what happens when you do. It's amazing when you do share part of yourself with other people, even if it may be embarrassing or perhaps you've learned a lesson that you would like to share with others. Of course, every situation is always different, right? But if you can share your knowledge to prevent someone from making a wrong decision or letting them know you're headed in the right direction, is really fabulous. I really feel like you already have a lot of wealth of information, but if there's a book that you've been wanting to get, um, do that. Do get a book that you've been wanting to read and read up on something that you aren't really fully versed in. It can only, improve yourself, and also you would be able to teach and help other people. But I would say that you're already a teacher, just from, some of the interactions I've seen from you and the limited interactions we've had. But you've are have a very strong spiritual self and place, and I know you might not think of yourself as a teacher, but I do believe that you have a lot of things that you could share with other people. So I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, perfect card for Auntie Jean. Yes, it is, Andrea. So Sonia, And she says that she loved the card and she does need to learn more and more. We never stop learning, right? I turned 80 this year. You learn along the way, and thank you. So you see, apparently your body and your mind is working really well at the age of 80. So I'm very inspired by that. I have another friend who is 95 and she's quick as a whip as far as I'm concerned. So you ladies give me a lot of inspiration to know that, we all get older and we all get wiser. Maybe that's my affirmation. As I get older, I get wiser. So if you want to laugh at me, go ahead if that makes you happy, or you can maybe laugh with me. I'm always learning, always, always. But that's the kind of person I am. I have to know things. So maybe that kind of rings a bell for you as well. So, okay, Sonia, I'm ready to pick a card for you. Hey, this card came up for another person as well. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes, even though I shuffle the cards, I'll pull out a card and it may come kind of be a theme of the day. So, another one, this is the second card pulled of this, and it's Faith, a cloak of protection. And this was for Sonia. You are protected, the worst is behind you, and you are ready to move beyond the challenges that you have been facing. You are safe now. Let go of the old and stop waiting for history to repeat itself, for you are in a new time in which you can create your own story and begin living it. If you feel you are stepping into the unknown, know that your angel is holding your hand and leading you. And your affirmation is, I am safe and protected by my angels. And I'm sure a lot of you know this. We have more than just one person or one angel that is around us. And I call it the spiritual team. And it can be made up of, some of your ancestors, the archangels, or really a lot of the different types of um, angels from the angelic realm. It can include master teachers that have already crossed over but are here to help humanity and connect. So it was a very nice card for you to get, and I hope that that makes sense to you. And Andrea, let's get going. Shuffle these cards up. I am so happy to start a new year, my friends. Okay. So, Andrea, I think this is a very good card for you. I already like the title. Look how beautiful she is, bringing the healing to her. Healing rays. Healing is not linear. Healing happens today and not tomorrow. You know why? Because tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is always tomorrow. Tomorrow becomes today, but then it's not, you know, not tomorrow. So in my mind, tomorrow never comes because tomorrow will always become today in one point. So healing happens today, not tomorrow. Angels of healing are surrounding you at this time, and in order to support their mission of guiding you to a state of wholeness. It's essential for you to move out of resentment and regret and into a state of trust. Trust in the higher powers that are surrounding you now. They are on your team, working with you, for you, and through you. Your affirmation is, I support my own experience of healing. It's a very profound card. It's really says a lot, right? That you're always surrounded, you always have, the healing angels around you. And I know you already know how to call forth the angels. You're in some of the same groups I'm in, and know a lot of the same friend. We have a lot of the same friends that we talk to and stuff. And I do believe that you do a lot of sharing of information that you receive that you find helpful, and you've helped other people. I do see your comments that you make to other people, and it's very appreciated. I know I appreciate when you show up for my events, and you're there. You guys don't know how much it means when you're on this side and you're trying to convey a message, and you just want to help other people, or you have a desire or a destiny to do that. And you don't always have to be a visible person like I am, but you can people. I have a friend. Well, I have lots of friends, but I have a friend who is extremely gifted, doesn't have any groups, isn't out putting herself out there, but she helps so many people. And at times she doesn't realize it, but she's starting to come into knowing that her words are so powerful, are so supportive, and also gives another insight or even another perspective. And when you do that for yourself, it's one thing, you don't always have to be a visible person. It is very honorable, and I'm very humbled. But by me putting myself out there and you showing up and you guys saying, "Oh, I really like that meditation," or I enjoyed what you do, it really allows the person that you're seeing to know, wow, that content that I just did really resonated with a lot of people. I need to do a little bit more of that. And that's what I do with the reactions that I get from other people, is I use that and I know, well, that one wasn't a real big smash, but it got done, it gets needed, because I connect with spirit before. Usually I start on Monday to find out what the topic is going to be Saturday. Sometimes I have, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I get to Friday and it's like, no, we want you to do something else if you're willing. And of course, I'm always willing to do something that would resonate, or something that creator would like me to step in more fully. And I am really humbled at doing this. I feel very blessed. I never thought in my whole life that I would be doing the things that I'm doing. I've always been a spiritual person, but after I had two near-death experiences, but after the first one, I I can't explain the transformation that happened of 6 months of me. I had spontaneous bleeding in my abdominal area near my belly button. They had no idea how it happened. I wasn't injured in any way, shape, or form. So they, even to this day, they have no idea why I was bleeding inside. And I went to ended up being to three different hospitals. They took me to the nearest one because my blood pressure was dropping so rapidly. It was like 50 over 30. And so they took me to the nearest hospital and then transferred me to another one and then to the last hospital. They couldn't do exploratory surgery, right? Because it would cause more problems. And so I just kept bleeding, had a blood transfusion, and after about 6 days, they released me because it looked like, my blood work and all that was picking up, and I was they kind of did all that they could do for me at that point, and I just had to go home and rest. But the thing was, I came home where I couldn't do anything for myself. I should say, I could barely do anything for myself. I could barely raise my arms. I mean, I had pain every place, even my hair. I would brush my hair and I had pain. The water coming down on my skin in the shower was very painful. I was having, I couldn't walk. I mean, I had to have help walking. So I got my computer chair and I said, I'm not going to get a wheelchair nor a walker. I'll run around the house with my computer chair. It has wheels, and that was kind of a form of exercise. But I had laid in bed and I thought I can't live my life in bed. I'm so young. I can't live my life this way. And so I had no experience with healing or modalities of Reiki or any of those kind of things, but I would pray. I would pray God and Jesus and ask them to please help me and send help for me and help me heal. And after, I would say, around 6 months, I was able to walk. I shuffled, but I didn't require my computer chair. I could do more things for myself, but it took me almost a whole year to fully recover from that incident. But meanwhile, through that, I started getting these messages of, I call them, like some people call them, downloads. I just would hear a voice in my head that wasn't mine, right? And while I was in the hospital, I heard a male's voice talking to me. There wasn't even a man in my room at that time. They had my husband on the other side of the door, but it was actually speaking in my ears, telling me that everything was going to be okay, not to be scared. Um, so having to go, to me, that was a life planned event. Whether I knew it or not, I look back at it now, and had that not happened, I would not be where I am today doing this. Um, I mean, nowhere was I even close to thinking that I would be doing the things that that you see me do now. But I had this thirst of knowledge of, how do I send healing to myself? Because I've heard that you could do that. And so I was like, okay, well, it's just like praying for yourself. And so I would hold my hands over different parts of my body and ask, God and Jesus to, send healing through them, but through my hands, so that I could help. And so I could start feeling the energy coming out of my hands. And some of you may know Terry Angel. She was taught me the time heals um, modality. And so I did that, became a practitioner, and then that evolved into becoming a teacher and then a master teacher of the time heals modality. And being able that, it was like I had this idea of how things work, but that gave me the structure that I needed to allow me to know what I needed to do. It enabled, is that the right word? I was able to contact, and be able to listen to the voices that I felt like were angelic. So that's a big history in a little part of me, but I just kind of felt like I wanted to share that with you. Just know that you're always surrounded by angelic beings, whether you think you are or not. All you have to do is just acknowledge that you wish to connect with them. You could ask your guardian angels to bring in, the angels to help and communicate with you, and get to know them on a one-to-one basis. So the first one that I got to know was Archangel Michael, and then it was Archangel Raphael, and then the rest is history. They all kind of came in at different times, and I worked with each of them that were willing to work with me, some of the different masters, and I had more of a communication, and I've been doing this. Last year was 10 years that I've been doing this. And so it was a big step forward into an unknown time in my life that was going forward. And I, believe it or not, I'm very grateful that that happened to me. I wouldn't want to ever do that again. I wouldn't want that on anybody, not even a person that I would dislike. I wouldn't wish any of that on them because it was a lot of pain. But eventually I left the pain and I became whole again. So I do hope that maybe that little tidbit helped you. Know that you're never alone. You just need to ask to connect with the spiritual realm and everything. So I'm past my hour. I don't see any new people that showed up. I thank you again for showing up for me and being here for you. I hope you received a good message that you needed to hear. And I'm going to let everybody go. Lisa, would you like a card before I close? Because you would be the last one. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for you. Okay, so Lisa, here's your card. Before I go, this is the last card I'm going to pull. How lovely. So your card is about light beings, energetic shifts. This is a time of healing and change. Old energies are being released from your world. This isn't a call to discard traditions, but to reflect on what you have learned and how you grow. You are being called to be open and aware of new information that is being revealed to you, for it is pivotal for your next phase of your journey. And your affirmation is, I create space for learning anew. So I just feel like just continue honoring whatever traditions that you have, but you can also make new traditions that go off as some of the other ones or are included. It's great to honor our ancestors and follow certain traditions, but it's also perfectly okay to make new traditions to add on to the others. So I hope that that card makes sense to you. And thank you all for being here. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and I will be here next Saturday. So I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, my friends.